did you have time to work on programming projects, or did you do any programming with your podcast? I mean, for
Yeah.
instance, I do a lot of the editing with.
Yeah.
I've written some programs to
Yeah.
help me with the editing. So I'm wondering, do you do any programming with the audio or like the podcast at all?
Not a lot because I was doing most of my interviews online, via Zoom, and I was very attentive because it was a COVID time, so it's not possible. And plus, all my interviews were halfway across the world or halfway across the country, and so there was. So the short answer to your question is no, I did not do any programming, but I had to kind of prep myself a lot to capture very high quality audio. Because if you capture very poor quality audio, you guys know this, right? If you capture very poor quality audio, it's shot, right? So Zoom is pretty good for that, and there are other software that's good for that. But Zoom is good enough actually if you know the right settings to do in Zoom. So that took me a while. There's an online community of podcasters that I was tapped into who gave me the right tips for that. But then, coming back to your question, I think every episode was very different and unique in its background noise, background sounds, and things that needed to be edited. A lot of it was just manual work, sitting and just going through the episode and going through it with love. I think that's the way to describe it, right? So I think if I was not passionate about the project, I would not have sat through those hours and edited those episodes. I really wanted that to sound very pristine in the end.